Hey everyone, I'm going to try and drop these videos as fast as I can after the markets close each day, but I'm not always going to be able to do that. Sometimes they'll be posted later in the night. I'm going to try and do it every day, but I might not do it every day. But you'll get my notifications if you're subscribed. So remember, like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that stuff. Let's check out the charts. So of course, we're going to look at the top trending stocks. Let's take a look at AMC. AMC continued to hold the daily higher low pattern, which has been holding for many days in a row. I thought it was going to break it today because it was getting close, but it didn't. It did hold yesterday's low once again, and it also held the 4-day moving average, which is the red line. I was thinking it would drop to the green line today, which is the 8-day moving average, but it did not. We're still getting those upper wicks of profit taking. The volume has dropped off a lot. So this is a clear consolidation pattern. We're trading within a tightening range over here. Now, what's the clear range that we're looking at? Let's look on the 4-hour. Clear support. If we go to the closest supports, we're looking at 52.86. Okay, and the resistance is upwards of $60.62. Those areas. It doesn't have to be right on the dot when you look at support or resistance. It doesn't have to be $60.62. It's the general area. So $60 resistance area, $52 support area. We're looking at on the 4-hour time frame, which is the closest. Let's look on the 5-minute time frame. Just getting very tight. So this is really the really tightest range that we're going to look at to really know which way is it going to break tomorrow. The high of this range, $56.40, and the low of this range, $52.86. So this is the range that I would say we're looking at for tomorrow. Which way is it going to break? A break of this $56 could suggest that maybe it's going to go a bit higher, and a break below the 52 could suggest that it's time for a pullback. Who knows with these stocks for sure? They are absolutely crazy. I haven't seen anything really like it before. What I wonder is if there's so many shares short, why wouldn't they have covered their short position already? Considering there's so much volume every day, they should have been able to cover their short position already. That's something I don't understand, but I didn't look into all the details of everything, so who knows for sure. But again, looking at that daily higher low pattern, I think that would be the clearest indicator of a potential reversal once it breaks that pattern. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or the next day or whatever it is. I'm thinking it will be soon because we're still getting those upper wicks of profit taking. The volume is dropping off. The 4-day moving average, the red line, is starting to turn downwards. So I would exercise caution on both sides over here. BlackBerry, gap up, sell off. I was calling that this morning. It still could be a potential bear flag. Okay, it still looks like it could be a little bear flag over here. So I would exercise some caution. Ideally, if this was really strong, what you would have wanted to see was this green candle. You would have wanted to see end up here, and then the next one would have pushed and broke through this resistance to show a lot of strength. That's what I would have been looking at for a breakout, and that's what I was hoping for because I was trading BlackBerry myself, but it didn't happen. So I'm out for now. I'm sitting out waiting for this pattern to develop till I get more information. I don't want to make any guesses. I have to make trades when I feel more certain about my trade. So right now I don't feel certain. I'm leaning towards the downside because it looks like we set a lower high, got some upper wicks of profit taking, volumes dropping off. Okay, we gapped up and sold off today, broke resistance without follow through. I'm leaning towards the downside for that reason, and also because this massive volume spike right at the high, and a lot of people are still sitting in the red up here. So for that reason, I'm still leaning towards the downside on BlackBerry at the moment. Let's look at the closer range that we're looking at. And this is the US ticker. The US ticker high of this range that we're looking at is around $16.10 or so. And the low of this range that we're looking at of the support is today's low, $15.25. Okay, let's keep an eye on that. Okay, we were getting a little bit of a rising wedge over here on the 5-minute. Not totally, but we had this range. This isn't totally a rising wedge, perhaps a little bit. And now we're dropping off over here. Could this be a falling wedge before we hit the new highs? I guess we shall see. Let's look on the 4-hour. 4-hour looks more healthy. When I looked at the 4-hour, I'm like, maybe this is a inverse head and shoulders or a potential cup and handle. That's possible. So I think you'd want to look for a break of this 4-hour pattern. Keep an eye on the 4-hour. And now we're looking at resistance of around 1612 and support of around 1546 on the 4-hour time frame, because we got an inside bar right now, and a break of this range could signal the potential direction on BlackBerry. Keep an eye on that tomorrow on the US ticker. GameStop gapped up, dropped at first, some profit taking, and then it pushed up. It stopped just short of this resistance up here, which was $348. That's a resistance I was mentioning the other day, and then a big upper wick of profit taking. A little bit of a volume spike today, but nothing too significant. It did close at 300, which showed some strength, but this upper wick of profit taking should be at least somewhat concerning for the bulls over here. I guess we would have negated this potential rising wedge pattern that I was looking at. It really depends if we throw that candlestick in there or not. Doesn't totally look like a rising wedge, but I thought of the possibility. Anyways, I don't like that upper wick of profit taking. I would be cautious there. I would wait for more data to make information. And looks like we might have a little bit of a rising wedge on the 5-minute chart. Okay, where it's holding this support, setting higher highs without any follow through. Now we got a lower high. We're in a really tightening range right over here on the 5-minute chart. A break of that range would probably signal at least a short-term direction. Clove, huge move today. A lot of people were talking about this to me yesterday, and I didn't jump on. And normally I don't trade stocks like this because it's too risky. I trade with a lot of capital, and I can easily lose 10-20%, and 10-20% on the kind of positions that I take is a lot of money. So normally I don't trade stocks that are moving these kind of percentages in a day to protect my capital. I feel if I was trading with a smaller amount, or if you're trading with a smaller amount and you want to gamble a little bit more, then these stocks are good for you. Now let's take a look. What was the high today on Clove? Volume spike. That signaled at least the temporary top today on Clove before it did a big pullback, consolidated. Now it had a healthy consolidation and is breaking bullish still. So can this move further? Of course, it's possible. It's very overextended, very overbought, huge volume spike today, very far from the red line. I would exercise some caution. If it did gap up tomorrow, if I was in, I would most definitely take that as a chance to take profits, in my opinion. I mean, of course, it can go higher. Everything can keep going. Who knows? But it's deal or no deal. You have this in front of you, this much money, this much profit, this much gains. Do you want to take it, or do you want to take the chance that you lose it to hopefully make more? That's up to you. If I was in this at this point, I would have probably sold most of my position, if not all of it already. And if I was still in it and it was going to hold till tomorrow, if this did gap up, I would most definitely take the rest of my money off the table. That's my opinion. Wendy's looks strong. I think they had good earnings or something. I didn't look totally into the news. Another meme thing. Huge volume spike, opened high, sold off at first, lower wick of buying the dip, ended pretty strong. I would exercise some caution here still, but it does look pretty strong still, so I'm not too sure. It is overbought and overextended, but we do got a fairly nice uptrend here. Nice consolidation. A break of this and a break of this potential high from the pre-market of $29.94. So $30 psychological area could suggest that it has further room to run. The closest support that we're looking at is around $28.10. So potentially you can buy around here, put your stop loss around this level, and wait for a break of that $30 if it does. Otherwise, you get stopped out with a fairly small loss. And if it does break that 30, you could probably see a quick 10% gain, cash out your money, and be done for the day. So those are some of the trending stocks that I'm looking at today. I will drop another video soon. I think that's all I'm going to look for now. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Check out the course. Have a nice evening.